Welcome to my humble little office. My name is R. Keith Andrews. I'm a spiritual guide and paranormal adept. This is April 3rd, 2026 at approximately 2:58 p.m. PST. Now, as you well know, I really don't bother laying out a plan. This is just me puttering around, doing what I can, and the reality is I keep an eye on the chat room to answer questions if you've got them. Other than that, I've got one heck of a job ahead of me, aka turning my life from where it was into what I desire it to be. So that's where that starts. Now, I do want to see what I've got here. Got to go in and take a look because I gave some information to Storm, my tech support, and also one of my primary behind the scenes moderator. Okay, to to get this extra book up on the line. I'm just checking to see if it's available now. Continue with email. Whoa, didn't work well. No, I'm not telling you my whatchamacallit, my password. Hopefully that was right. Let's find it. And we are in. This is good. I'm actually glad to see that. Now, let us see if we go to shop. Let's take a look at products. What got fixed that off, so I'll deal with that. A few more. Believe in yourself. Believe in your business. Believe in your finances. Believe in... Whoop, that's racist. Oh, believe in your success has not shown up yet. What I'm looking for is to see if it's available on the net yet. I still have Believe in Your Success in print in the office here. Okay. And it is the newest edition of the Believe in Your series. Well, look at that. Now, we do have to get that organized. But I had to double check that to see where I was looking. Now that I've done that, I can log out there. And then we go to YouTube so I can see what is going on there as far as numbers go. And let's see what we got here. This is oh, look that. We are at 7:29. This is a good thing in my eyes. Okay, and let's see. April 3rd, that's today. Now, let's eliminate that. I will be on Spaced Out Radio tonight at 8 p.m. PST, or 9 p.m. PST. Okay, where we cover all the UFO stuff. Oh, dang, already through the door. Nathan, how you doing? Glad you could join us. Nathan is one of our moderators here. And as you well know, with moderators, they are simply there to make sure we don't have problems. Nathan, on the other hand, has the added bonus of having a stream of his own, okay, which is the Quantum Show. And Nathan, absolutely put your link up there if you would. That'd be really appreciated because I have no idea what it is. I know where it is, I just usually don't have time to go places. Oh, there we go. Nathan is having, they are talking hybrids tonight. Depending on how long, when do you come on today there, Nathan? Because the reality of it is I've got a show at 8, which may put a kink in things as far as my showing up. Tomorrow night. Okay. Okay, well, that answers that in a hurry. I'll probably end up having to drop in after my show. But rest assured, I will do my best to pop in. So what do I got here? That ought to be interesting. Anyway, I've got all this sorted around. Now, here's the thing, guys. I have fought depression pretty much my whole life. Okay. And I don't know when it started. Probably when I was in elementary school. Never did feel like part of the people at all. Okay, now we have Susan Ahern. You are in here with the gold. How you doing, Susan? The reality is what. Oh, there we go. First part is quantum computing. That works out well. Second part is hybrid project. Hybrid project. Now, I fought depression pretty much my entire life. However, in just about 2 weeks ago, I finally broke I finally broke the depression. Since then, like my last 2 years has been a nightmare. I've been in the red on all my accounts, jacked right to the limit and then some on all my credit cards. Okay, about 2 weeks ago, I broke the depression. I am now, with all my bills paid, rent, utilities, living expenses, and groceries in the house, I am sitting in the black on all accounts. Okay, and that's with the rent paid. So this is actually a real good step in the right direction. Now, I still have my problems, but at least I'm moving forward with it. And like I said, these are techniques I personally use to get ahead. What did I just... There it is. Oh, and what did that come out of? I have no idea. Apparently, I have a screw loose. Probably not that far off the truth. Let's minimize that. So now what I'm doing, my office is decluttered. Everything in the office is literally where it belongs right now. I got a couple of things there which, yes, they've got to be moved, but we're still looking for places to get the tail end of stuff. The office, however, I can't show you what it looks like because, well, my camera doesn't go that way. But that said, I am now getting rid of excess files I don't require. Holy mackerel. We got 6 in the bin already. Now that is remarkable in my eyes. And no, I don't sit still necessarily while I'm here. But I do my best to keep an eye on what's going on in the chat room. So bear with me on that one. Okay, get these out of the way so I don't have to worry about them. Because I got all sorts of stuff that's got to go. But, I didn't realize I was attached to anything to speak of until I found out just today, I'm missing a family Bible and I have no idea where it is at this point. Well, let's see here. Gotta see what that is. Is that black cylinder air cleaner or quantum power generator? I gotta find out which black cylinder we're referring to. If you can be I can tell you right now, number one, it's certainly not a quantum power generator. I do that on my own. And that one I'll explain on another day. Maybe later today, I don't know. But which black cylinder are we talking about there, Nathan? Just over your shoulder in view. Okay, let's get back to here. There we are. Oh, that. Okay. I'm betting you're referring to... Let me see here. Yeah, that one. That's the one you're talking about. No, that is a Wi-Fi speaker for Kira. It hooks to her computer. It's just it was a nice place to park it. There's another one on the other end of it. Sorry. There's 2 of them, actually. That's the one. Yeah, that's the one on this end. Yeah, that's this one right here. That's a speaker. Okay, so it's hooked to her wire to her laptop, but the Wi-Fi back here is just absolutely pathetic. But no, I figured out that was the neat part about it. Nathan goes, jazz it up, Alien Tech. Working on it. But even my filing cabinet right here, I've got it sorted out so I can actually function in it. Now it's just a question of getting rid of what I don't require. Now, let me see here. These files don't belong on this shelf, but they may contain what I'm missing. So I'll get them moved over here. They'll be in the way for a moment, but so be it. Because as I get these cleared off, because these have to be put where they belong. But I can't do that if I don't get them out of where they don't belong. And as I get them out of the way, I will park other things, like I've got files that need to go there. These ones are files that have been stored for Lord knows how long. But again, when you're sorting things out, more often than not, there's an interesting saying that goes, it looks better, it looks worse before it gets better. In all fairness, from my standpoint, considering what I'm looking at most of the time, it's a bit of a mess anyway. But let's take a look. Now these banking, busking, okay. These files all go to somebody else. Well, they don't go to somebody else, but these ones I'm pulling out don't have to stay in here. Are those? That's 2.4. Yes, we filed that last year. Keep that there, but this stuff, I'll go through it. But first and foremost, I'm pulling it out of the picture, out of the file, so I don't have to actually worry about being overloaded. That camera too. What these are my son's files that have stuff that I'm thinking he still requires, and I don't rightly know. But I've got too much stuff here that's too scattered, so I've got to go through it and piece it together. Holy mackerel, did I really do that big of a job? Apparently. So I'm just taking all the files out there dedicated to my kids and getting them out of the way. What would have done? Operation, how you doing? Let's see if I missed somebody. We have all the way up here. Nathan. Susan, I saw in here earlier. Now I can't find her. Anyway, Susan had the gold, and Operation You are in with silver. How's it going? Pardon me, I'm standing up, so it makes a little. Why I'm wearing the wrong glasses. No wonder I can't see a thing. Oh, there we go. Now I can see what I'm looking at. But yeah, all these files that I'm pulling out are ones dedicated to my children. They're not required in my account, like in my account here. In my files. But there's stuff that they may desire to keep. or it might be stuff that I desire to keep of theirs. So I'm just hanging on to it for the moment. I can put it up here on the shelf out of the way because I got no better place to put it for the moment. Okay, put you there. And we take this. That's a lot of files I just took out of there. I'll find a better place to stack them afterwards. But for the moment, this will work. So pop that in there. And, oh, that ain't working all that well. Oh, I know how to solve that. Now, I love it when things don't fit quite the way I desire them to. Boy, do I got a deal for you if you believe that. Okay, that solved that. Like I said, it's a question going through the files and clearing out the ones I don't require, the junk I don't require, just like I've got to do with the soft copy. Yeah, Nathan, I found that too. Mind you, I will tell you, it's more exciting if you can't see when you're driving. But I do recommend, I always wore my glasses, even though I can see without them, if I'm not driving. Yeah, I wouldn't hold my breath on that operation. But no, I've got all of these files I just took behind me are ones I've got to go through and decide whether I'm keeping. So let's see what we got. Should I turn that way so I can't see what I'm doing? What is this folder? Files. Get back to that. I should look into that one and see whether I've got anything to work with. Let's see. Just scanning through what's being written here because, like I said, I do my best to keep an eye on it. Oh, there we are. And before I even get there, I will say thank you so much to literally, there's somebody that just bought me a coffee, and thank you so much. Your support is quite seriously instrumental in my actually keeping on track. The fact of the matter is, I don't have a thousand viewers right now. We're sitting at 729. Operation, yes. 9 p.m. tonight, I will be back on. I'm come to think of it, I gotta actually text him and let him know. 9 p.m. tonight, Pacific, I will be on Spaced Out Radio. What did I do with my phone? But thank you for reminding me I gotta contact him. And I don't technically have to. We always touch base somewhere in the day to make certain that we're both on the same page. And there is, sure, try and do it one way. How about if we use two? I own them. That stuff comes out. There it is. For a minute there, I thought I left my phone behind again. The other day I was out for lunch. Left my phone in the restaurant. But a person from the local grocery store I deal with was there, and she brought it out and brought it out to me. Okay. Nope. That I got to deal with, but we'll take that out first. Like I said, this is just me making certain I stay organized, which is a challenge and a half at best. Okay. Yeah, not a wise idea. I really should learn to take these off before I stand up. Those are good to go. They pick those up and put them over here. Wow, busy. Those go sit there so that when I head out, I take them with me. Now, hey T-Bone, how you doing? Glad you could join us. You are in with the Bruns. Uh-oh. Yeah, I found the same thing. You know, Nathan, these glasses I'm wearing, these ones here, I just got them the other day, just a couple of weeks ago. And I can now read my monitor. You know, there was a time when I couldn't physically see my monitor. So this is definitely a step in the right direction. Well, there we are. There we go. Yeah, I'm looking at this going, I've got a lot of sorting to do. So that's literally what I'm doing now. These are sketches. Okay, I can deal with that. Now, again, this file here is my this file I'm looking at right here in this file drawer rather is my this is the inner voice file. Where'd it go? Right there. And again, it's a question of taking all of these files and going which ones are necessary here and which ones are not. And I will tell you, it's a challenge and a half on it. Okay. Oh, okay. Susan's going now. I do not no, and I don't have a problem with the question there, Susan. But because Susan's asking, do you have any information about the Cortium race? Now, if that is a spelling mistake, it would be consortium. If it's another race, I don't have the information on one by that name. But if you can drop me a line or fill me in here on some of the qualities, I may know them by a different name. For instance, most people know Sasquatch as Sasquatch. Okay. I don't. I know the Sasquatch, Bigfoot, Abominable Snowman, all races of the Weclonicon. Okay. You know them as greys. I know them as reticulans. You know them as Nords. I know them as Gedefni. You know them as the Egyptian gods. I know them as the Ennead. Okay, but this is just some of the examples, which reminds me I've got to deal with that part too. But one step at a time. Now this particular file, that has to go in the divorce file. Because again, it really boils down to making absolutely certain that I get everything put in the right order. Diabetic. Oh, legal. JKL. Okay. Certificates. Divorce. Okay. So this piece goes in there. Hey, look at that. See, slowly but surely I get things organized. And where are we here? Okay. Oh, I should double check something. Go there. Yeah, 729, and I'm quite happy with that. You know, I mean, the way I look at it, as I get things organized, okay, don't know what to do with that or that. These are simply files and what have you. I gotta go through and sort out and see what I require. Oh, nice. Who's this one? Oh, I know where those go. They were actually given. These are old Christmas stories that were actually given to my son by his grandmother. So, we'll put those with his files. Oh, as you come up with more information, I got so many humanoid races that I'm working on that I'm going to have to defer. I'm going to have to delay giving you a solid answer on that for the moment, Susan, because I've got to be able to piece together amongst all the races I've got which ones I'm actually working with, or which ones you're actually referring to. You know, I will get you the answer. You know, it just takes me a little bit of time to sort through. All right, should be all right. Oh, what's that? 4 hours. I gotta take a look at that. Hmm. Have to look through that. So I'll sit down so I can, because standing up ain't working well. That's why I say I don't actually sit still very much. But on the other hand, I am now literally in the black on all fronts. Okay, I know what that is. This should be. What's that? That's artwork that I'm working on. Oddly, like, I am not what you would call an artist by any means. At least not in my eyes, but I've seen some pretty bad art that made lots of money. One thing I am starting to push is the whole idea of helping people get their head on straight regarding what you're capable of. The way I figure it, if I can get free, if I can get into the red, never mind get free, with what little money I've got, and with virtually no effort, I can certainly show somebody else how to do it. Now this, more artwork. Here's got a lot of loose sketches I'll have to go through. but we'll keep it all together. And this one here is, oh, look at that. Ethan's house. That's always nice. Pop that in there. Like I said, these are all files that I have to get organized. So I can actually say, okay, I made the headway I needed. And what is this? Take a look at that sitting down and take a look at what I've written and what's been written or what's been asked. Okay, where are we? Eyeballs. Come down. Yeah, put my eyeballs down, can't see them. Oh, well, thank you so much, Susan. I really appreciate you dropping in. And I will see you on Spaced Out. Absolutely. Christine, how you doing? Glad you could join us. Here we are sitting in, what is our weather right now? Let me see. Weather, currently now let's transfer that. We'll start with this. We are 15 degrees Celsius, which with the wind is about 11. But just to transfer it for those of you that don't think in Celsius, goodly portion of you, we are 59. Okay, it's 59 right now, which is absolutely bizarre. Oh, you gotta make that order. Cancel that. It's actually trying to see. Feels like where? There we are. It again, the wind is making it a little colder. So it feels like it's about 53. But that said, hey, would you knock it off? Yeah, this week we'll be climbing into the we'll be climbing into the high 50s later this week. Sorry, that's later next week. This week we're going to be into the mid 60s. You know, so let's take a look here. Let me go back to Celsius. That means this week we will be. This week we'll be in the high teens. Next week we're back to the mid teens. But we're still just at the beginning of spring, so there's not a big problem there. Where are we? Just checking what's been written to make sure I know where I am. And we go to that. And again, guys, for those of you just joining us, do be sure to hit like and subscribe. That would be really appreciated because I'll tell you, my goal is simple. Aim to bring everybody online. Bring everybody back into a balance where we can actually all move forward. You got to be a whole lot further south than I am there, Christine. I don't mind, the 80s I can deal with. I used to be quite comfortable at over 100. But things have tapered out over the years. And of course, part of the issue there is I'm down 80 pounds, which is actually a good thing. And no, I do not think in kilos. I couldn't begin to tell you that. Well, I could. I could calculate it. What do we got? So, we are clearing off the files. As I said, that was the priority right now. And what is this? Whoa. Another little article goes there. Okay. Don't quite have enough room, but working on it. There we go. Writing goes there. There we are. Don't even know what that one is anymore. Now, what have I got? Well, that's just about as useful as a screen door on a submarine. That does not go in this drawer. For the moment, it gets it here, because I will eventually find a place to hang. Here we are. Uh-oh, somebody wrote something. So, gonna have to take a look at it. I can't see it, and I still don't have that cut sorted out. Now, let's go to there. Okay, we are making headway. And again, guys, if you do have questions, now I've already, well, I want to do that. Am I in there yet? No. Okay. I'm going in to buy me a coffee to take a look. Yeah. Go to the shop, see what we got. More products? Nope, not yet. So, let's see where we're standing. I gotta get that. Oh, I haven't done that yet. I have to get that finished, obviously. So we'll take a look at that, but I gotta calculate that side out as well. In the meantime, no, no, no. All that gets ignored. And log out of that. What happens if I refresh here? See, because I actually watched the video both on YouTube and where I'm streaming. Okay, that works. Now, Can't even hear that one. Doesn't tell me. That's unfortunate. So that goes into the file. Put those down. Here, let's see. Oh, here, what is it? So, found a picture I'm not about to get rid of. Because honestly, from my standpoint, this particular picture, no, I'm not showing it to you. Okay, this particular picture is a picture of somebody I met this lifetime who happens to have the exact same the same first name as she did when I knew her 200 years ago. And she looks like she's the absolute spitting image of what she was back then. Just a different name. Yeah, it wasn't cooperating. That was the problem. But, yeah, the reality is I keep some odd things on occasion. And what is this? Clearly, it's a map, but of what? Oh, I am a Tolkien fan, and this is a map of the Tolkien world, of the world of the Hobbit. I don't have it hung up right now, but I can't do much with that for the moment. These are photographs and keepsake paperwork and what have you. So it gets filed. I know where to put it. I think we can safely say this isn't necessary anymore. Okay. Whole bunch of paperwork here and what have you. Still trying to work through. Okay, let's see what's going on here. I'm making headway. I am sitting right now. I'm not really surprised. I usually don't have many people showing up here, but what happens is I have enough, like I've got enough to do here to keep me occupied, which is what the day in the office is all about. This is a project about what? Okay. Not exactly writing at this point, so we can file it then. We can file it in the personal accounts. Diabetic tools. This folder here is full of what? Oh, wow. Another file I don't really want to have much use for, but I gotta hang on to it until I find out otherwise. So for the moment, we'll get it out of the way. I just pulled all these out. So that gives me room to work with. Diabetes. Now, I am convinced I probably do have diabetes. I'm just not interested in making things complicated for myself. So for the moment, I just sorted out that one. But legal, way back here. What I just do. Yep. Legal. File that in there. This, on the other hand, well, okay. R. Pop you in there. Where's the other one? Good question. I like it. This. Oh. Project what? Something like into that isn't actually working yet. Where is it? Passport. That can file right there. This one. Goes way up in the invoice as a workshop. And yes, I am working on building workshops. So pop that there for the moment. And this goes all the way back. Pop that in there. Again, I'm just trying to aim and gang my bag players. To put my glass down to get in the way. Now, yeah, we've got 3 people here. This can go in as heritage. Because it's from my school. From my schooling. Like way back when I was just a wee lad. But this is actually getting stuff out of the way. This was part of the divorce setup. Back to legal, back to divorce. And that gets filed right there. See, making headway. Okay. There we go. Oh yeah. Now this thing is seldom ever seen, and I think it's totally useless at this point. This is from way back in Dawson. I don't know if you can see it. When I took a course in computer programming, this is a sheet they sent me that tells all the ASCII numbers. Binary, hexadecimal, ASCII, in order to get what they had at that time. Now, this is probably useless, but it's one of those neat things I will eventually get rid of. But I'm going to put it out there that if anybody wants a thing, let me know where you are, because I'll tell you it's the cost of a stamp to ship it. And it's a question of either somebody wants it or they don't. If I don't get a response on it in time, I will simply dispose of it. But for people with a penchant for memorabilia, it does have benefit. Now, that's going. Where did I just put it? This sheet here is going. And there we are there. Don't need to worry about that, so that can be deleted. This can be moved to buy me a coffee, and that clears that out. I'm just checking email while I'm in here. I have a tendency of consistently going back into it to make sure I don't have a big problem. What is this? CEO's second business isn't just diversified to future proof. Market disruption, you have options. Hiring issues, you have options. Oh, well, this is correct. And yeah, at this point, I'm not overly worried about it. What is this? Q2. And we'll take a look at that afterwards. And this one can be deleted outright because I don't require it. And then we go back to inner voice. And let's see here. You go refresh and see what it does. In the meantime, hello. This is one of those things that's going with Dotabird as soon as it's done here. Oh, where are we here? Okay, that's staying stable. Now this, those are going because I don't require them. I have decided there's a lot of stuff I've been hanging on to that I just don't require anymore. Those? Yep. PQRS. There's there. This book here. And the reality is, I'm not likely to be studying this, so it can go. You know, it would be nice, but It's one of those things that just don't have the as the saying goes bandwidth for. So what am I looking at here? Those go back in that line of thought there. That's going the way of the dodo bird. And nice part about it with what I'm working with here. I started off with a staggering amount of junk on this place. Well, you know, these can be put back into the satchel because that's where they belong. That was what I didn't do. Oh, I know why I didn't do that. Okay. The real key to getting ahead, and I know this from practical experience because I did it. This isn't something I'm just gauging and gambling on. I've literally taken my world from where it is, from where it was, as in operating out of the red and right close to the limit on all my credit cards. And yes, I did say all of. Okay. Yeah, sure. This is all stuff that sits on the ranking. I see that right. I did see it correctly, ignoring the point. Oh, this we pop into W, into writing because we'll pop it under projects because the file has got to go completely through in order to see how to split it up. Now, this file here is what? Oh, there we are. The name I keep forgetting. This was in my health. Has to do with my health. So it now gets filed where it belongs. It gets filed there. This folder. Oh, that was pretty black and white. This is all stuff from Row. So, stuff like that. Do not need this. This one here. Oh, it was a contract that was done a long time ago. There it is. Forgot all about this. It gets filed there. Hmm. here. Let's see if we got anybody pop in. Hi, Ball. Now, yeah, I know this is a very boring period, but this is how you build an empire. Is you start off on the ground floor and go, okay, what have I got? Now, what have I got that's in the way? Bank, GD. We'll take a look at that and see if I got anything like that. Don't really require it, I don't think. Bank, GD. That's it. I am slowly making headway here. Actually, I'm not doing bad speed on it, really. Is yeah, I don't think he's gonna really want them, but oh, wild. Okay, those get returned to who they belong to. What is this from? Looks like more. Yep, it is. Must be. Okay, so that can go under the scattering file, assuming it fits. What this way? There we go. I guess that's gonna bring you. Yep. Now, artwork goes over there. That's just talking. What's this one got? Okay, just about done on this section. We got something there. So let's take a peek. This is why I say keep an eye open. Kitty Cat Whack, how you doing? Glad to see you. Yeah, sometimes you absolutely have to. Yeah, you definitely will, Kitty Cat. As a matter of fact, thank you for reminding me once again. I meant to do this a little bit ago. So I'm just going to send him a text and let him make certain that he knows. Is it in here? Okay, the answer would be no. Go back there. Okay, that text has been sent to let Dave know we're good. Now all I gotta do is find out from him whether we're gonna get a call on response back. Philip, how you doing? Glad you could join us. Yeah, I gotta see something here because I think I screwed something up. Come back. We had. Well, I only go so far. Nathan was in first. Susan Ahern came in with the gold. Where are we here? Then we had Operation Shutdown in with the silver. Scrolling down slowly. And we get, here's Operation again. Then we had T-Bone came in with the bronze. And go a little further down. And the next one that came in was Christine with honorable mention. But we are here. And what do we got? Okay. And that's where we are. Okay. What we have now, what do I got? Oh, good. Just got confirmation from Dave. We are definitely go tonight. There we are. Now we just have to bide our time. That means in 5 hours, we will be live on Spaced Out Radio. I do think I'm getting very close to being done here. Now that is scratch, that is companion, so it goes over here. These should probably keep some of those back here anyway, just in case I decide that I'm going to eat something back there, which would be normal. But it does mean I got to figure out where I'm going to put them. So for the moment, I don't know. Now these, on the other hand, are pictures that goes in that shelf down there. So, Skyrim, those are photos. No, let's go up. Okay. When that can go down there, that's artwork. This I don't think does need to be pinned. It does not. That's a photo where it is pinned. Right now, it literally boils down to simply making certain that I've got all the files put in place. Then I'll start going through them. Yes. That has to go in. Well, that can go in the bin there that I'm working on. That goes there. See what we got. Where am I? Absolutely. What are we? Philip. Yeah, what I'm doing now, I got a real nice piece of news just today. Literally using the tools I've been talking to you guys about regarding believe in your success, believe in yourself. These are all tools that I'm personally using. Now, for the last 40 years, I've been fighting severe depression. You wouldn't necessarily know it. But I think about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, I finally broke out of it. And all of a sudden, everything started to fall into place. So the last 2 years, I spent literally in the red in my banks and pushed right to the hills on my credit cards. Okay. But as of this morning, all of my bills are paid. All of my credit cards are paid, and my rent, obviously. And I'm still sitting in the black in the bank. Shade, how you doing? Glad you could join us. Phil goes, I have the cure, but keep procrastinating reading it. I used to procrastinate. Now I just don't bother. But no, seriously, by utilizing the same tools I talked to you about, the clutter in my office is gone. Okay, this is the tail end of it. Appreciate you dropping in, Shade. I will be on Spaced Out Radio tonight at 9 p.m. Pacific. Just got the confirmation from Dave. So now it's a question of literally just finishing off time. When I'm done here, I'll go back out. Like when I'm done here, in about 45 minutes, I will go up front and play Skyrim for an hour. Let's check that. Okay, those are all getting sent to Value Village. Somebody else can deal with them. They're leaving. If I got anything here I need to be aware of? No. So I'm definitely... Yeah, it's funny, the whole thing on Spaced Out Radio, I went in there as a guest appearance. I was thinking that was a one-time shot, away we go. Here I am a decade later. I'm still in there once a month, the first Friday of every month. And it's a wild ride. What is this? Don't require that. It's been one heck of a wild ride. Now, where do I desire these to be set? Don't know if that's where I want left, but that's where they can sit for now. Yeah, I can tell you, Philip, I have no doubt it is. And like I said, I'm not the only by any means. I mean, I'm not clinically involved in any of it. I just simply tell people what I have done. What I've managed to pull together myself. And that's why if you find a book that works, absolutely let people know. But I will tell you, all the positive thinking in the world, all the prayers in the world are absolutely useless if you don't get off your tail feathers and make something happen. That's just the reality behind it. So these little pieces go the way of the dodo bird. And one of them I will make a phone call and eliminate. The neat part about it when I'm looking at what I'm accomplishing now, it's like night and day compared to what I was doing. Let me see. Are these actually marked? I think all of them are. All of those are. Just checking my business cards because it's very important in my eyes that somebody has them. No, those are not business cards. Okay, those can go in. What is this? Oh, that's why I kept that. Keep that there. Now I can get this out of the way. I will tell you, getting rid of all this clutter has made my life incredibly easier. What's that? Oh, yeah. Now, again, sometimes when you're sorting things out, you literally have to look at it and go, okay, where can I put this, at least temporarily, so I can sort through it? And sometimes that works really well, sometimes not so much so. But the important factor is making go of it. That's recycling. This is our death down here. So, would you look at that? It only took me an hour to get through those files. But now these get set to take off my bed when I leave the room. When I leave the office. I got one phone call to make to see if he wants one person desired. So those are all ready to go. They just have to sit there because that's how I roll. They don't have to sit there. I'll put them here. I'll walk by them anyway. This neat little thing here is a necessary health component. So, don't actually know what that is. So you can't sit there. But you can sit like that. side goes over it, and that comes there. Now, that is clear. The files I had up on the shelf here are now gone and sorted where they belong. And then we come back here and sit down and see where we're standing. Okay. Now, what is next? All that's organized. Oh, where'd it go? Must have put it in my satchel. So, take a look in the satchel. It should have the other binder in the question. Is that it? Nope. That one goes over there. That's the one I did that. So the satchel takes the pen and takes next stuff. You pick this up. See, I'm a firm believer that throwing paper out that you're going to be using for scrap anyway, it's not a good idea to just throw it in the garbage if you've got a use for it. And especially if you're going to be using other stuff for the same thing. I both. Okay. Now, what do we got here? Okay. What's on Facebook? Anything important? Look. What is this? Yeah, I'm looking at this, and on Facebook they say they're return that the states are returning to the moon after 50 years. I'm telling you point blank, I don't buy it. Don't get me wrong. I do believe they're going back to the moon. It's the statement of it being 50 years since they've been there. Given what I've seen, what do we got here? What, pray tell, is that? Some of the stuff they're showing on, like, video is so well done nowadays that you can't tell what's real and what isn't. At least I can't. Let's just take a peek at what. Yeah, I'm just looking at a couple of. Yeah, I got it. What? I'm just scanning a couple of ignore that. Let's stop that and go back to there. Yep. Yeah, all the way down. Now, Phelps goes, speaking for myself, I have no conscious memory of personally visiting our moon. Oh, nor any other moon. From my standpoint, I've got a lot. You know, I've seen things that I sit here questioning. Am I completely out of my mind or are there parts missing? You know, but the reality behind it all is this. I sit here looking at what I'm going through, and every time I start questioning, I come up with information that somebody else turns around and corroborates. So I just came to the conclusion. My past life memories and my current life memories and abductions, I simply have to go with because I cannot afford to keep questioning my own sanity. I'll let somebody else question. So whether people believe me or not, that becomes their issue. What I can tell you is my office now. I got rid of the excess files that I had. You saw them earlier in the stream, all on my bed here. They're now gone. They are, and when I say gone, I mean they've been put where they belong. That file, I have no idea what to do with because it won't fit on the table where it belongs. Will, however, hang on a clipboard if I've got a nail for it. That might be an idea because that'll be easier to hang than the other one. Why don't we do that? Okay. Why don't we do that just because we can? Pretty certain it'll be easier to put back up when I'm not trying to balance. So, this little thing here is my actual business license. It's just the clipboard will make it so much easier to hang up. Yep, it does. Makes it so much easier to put it up there, which works out well. It means this can be fine. I can be clamped over here, and now my desk is back to functional. How's that for a neat trick? And where do we go? The nice part about it is I now have what I was doing. Now for the other part. This takes care of my hard copy files. Soft copy I've still got to go through. We are down to 430. Nice. That's inventory I got to work on. This thing, on the other hand, is my list of chores I had today. So I add those at first, second, third, fourth. Oh, okay. This is where we do this. Remember I said I had scratch paper I was working with? That's where this all comes in handy. So now, there. Yeah, the one thing that I will tell you about reorganizing things, you take a look at the way your world is, And all you do is you'll start where you are and simply identify what you're not content with. Okay. Once you identify what you're not content with, if you're not content, change it. Doesn't matter what you change it to. Okay, because if you change it to something that doesn't work, you change it again. Okay. What is this? Okay, that stuff we're going to get rid of, so that's okay. Now, this is the extra information required. Okay, let's do this and we can get it sorted out. What I'm working on here is I've got a list of chores I was working on, but also my Thursday game. Thursday D&D, that is. Copper, silver, gold, platinum. Well, the effort. Good. Now I can go through and eliminate things as I go. So take a look at this. Eyeballs. Yep, there we are. This is literally a question of making certain I take care of everything at the same time. Let's do 5,000. That'll be helpful. One. Two. Good. 12 gold there. Back at taking out the equation. Is that 15? Nope, that's 15. What I'm doing is literally scratching off what I don't require anymore. Yep. Oh. What have that there? There. Okay. Had that done a while back, apparently. Eyeballs. Okay. Okay, what I'm doing is just copying down notes to eliminate. Sorry. This would be these just notes from my just notes from my game. That I'm just cutting off. I figure I've got a few minutes. I got the office completely worked. So now it's just a question of making certain everything goes. Now, leave that all there for the moment. Go to this page. Nope, don't worry about that. Done, 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 done. I'm done. When I go for a month, it says, now, okay. Landlord, yeah, or record. Number 6, third floor of 4. No apartments per floor. Building with 13 lots for 20 cupboard lots. Are 15. I take care of that. Now, again, this really boils down to making certain I get everything out of the way. Okay, minus have an armchair. Spool table 4x4 screen. Nothing like having detailed work to actually help. Just what I find myself when I'm working on gaming is it literally seems to emulate what's happening in the real world. You know, and this is why this is working the way it is. 3 and 2 each, 4 foot in battle. And we get -3 there, -4 silver. Oops, -4. And we get -5 there. One candle for 12 hours. I'm actually making this macro. We ever moving quick. I moved to this because I had been up and down a whole lot. Experience 7 bandits is 105 plus another 7 there. Whoop. You get 7 more posters there. Then we pick this up. Everything on that one? Yep. You get 70 and 105 there. There's armor. Copper 17. Platinum 4 more. Why would I do that? Gems we get 3. Then we get fourth floor residence. Is now ground. First floor. Okay. In Canada. Cool. This sheet. Now, where am I standing? Peel that off. I turn over here to my other chores and we'll have it for today. Let's get them moved. We have find Dirk and Canyon. And calculate completion. These are just transferring the tasks that I had scattered across like 4 pages. Portal separate plan. Okay. Portal. These are all books that I'm working on. Meet the Zerdex. Abduction Caribou Clan. I've got to start planning that out because I do desire to be solidly set up by then. Because I'll be at Caribou Con September 18th through 20th, bringing my wife with me, bringing the Races of the World, if at all possible, with me. I've got the originals. I'm hoping to have it all done by then. As a matter of fact, that's one of the tasks for today. Is literally calculating how many more I've got to do. Our abductions for Caribou Con. And we had that issue. I'm actually doing not bad here. Just about got it all dealt with. What is that? Oh. Post social media. Probably do that before I actually stand up, but maybe not. Depends on how I'm feeling. Mixed spices. Okay, those are all good to go. Because of that, there we are. Whoop. Hopefully that's working for you, Shade. They getting things to run more smoothly. I know for me it's done a staggering job. What is this? I don't need that. Close that off. What is that? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm pretty good with that. Intriguing. I'm just scanning through things here. What time are we? 10:02. Yeah, we're definitely winding down. So I've run into a tire point, and that's okay. I can work with it. So I take this information here. And we have, whoops. Okay, take that. 270, 370, 37548. Which is 5480. Which is 25274. 2740 per 2740. I'll have to check that out, but take that. Oh, that's another 140. Okay, that's dealt with. Now, flip over that stuff. What the heck is that? The other stuff in there. Okay, here, 1787. We have minus 6. 12, 7. 12, 7. We go minus 7. No, not more. Plus 7. Plus 800. Minus 1010 and 1013, 1019, 1021. And that takes care of all that. Take that out, take that out. Platinum, we get 4 more. Take that out. Now this stuff here, we move it onto that and we'll be done there too. Oops. Okay. Good. And okay. We pop this on the bottom end to be safe. Copy all this down, we get 10, 10, 10, 7, 10, 7. And armor, 7. Take a peek if I'm missing something here. Boom. There we are. Missed a few. Okay. Christine, glad to see you back. Oh, what we got? I am back. I have such a sweet tooth lately. Went to Yogurtland all the time. I just want Yogurtland all the time. I don't personally like yogurt. I have a problem with the texture. Oh, you got your new paper shredder. This is fantastic. Yeah, yours. Yeah, mine does little rectangles. but they're angled rectangles. It's a cross shredder. Works like an absolute charm for me. Oh, there we go. Oh, that might work. I appreciate that, Christine. I don't know. They tell me yogurt's good for you, but I have a problem with the texture of actual yogurt. Although frozen might not be bad. I haven't tried it. But we do have a Dairy Queen within walking distance here. And that might be beneficial. Could be a problem for the pocketbook, but it might be beneficial. It's all dealt with. Yeah. N equals shortest length. Albert is a half orc. 15 alcohol. 19. Tissue equals Charmin. My bond is Miko at Miko's Village at Miko's Tavern. Just about done. Five, 4, 10, 9. Landlord is a half orc. That one. Number 6. Third floor of 4. Building is 15 blocks into numbered blocks of 15. Long line of code. 1 candle per car. About 50. And we have 4th floor residence. Equals half floor. 4th floor. Perfect. That takes care of that. So what did I get here? Whoop. Yeah, I'm wondering if maybe Dairy Queen up here has the frozen yogurt, because I am doing my level best to change my health around completely. And since the doctors completely dropped the ball, I'd best be doing it myself. Especially since I did tell Kira, my wife, and I mentioned it to you guys, that I am going to get my health in order and cure things but I've been told they're not curable. I just don't believe them. That was awfully freaking close. Oh, look at that. Timed it just perfect. Now, that page goes there. That one stays there. We're good to go. So I can fill that. And at this point, guys, I'm going to go there. And I'm going to say thank you so very much for sharing your time with us today. Really appreciate it. You guys even came up with some ideas and comments that really helped put things in place for me. So thanks again for that. I will be on tonight on Spaced Out Radio at 9 p.m. Pacific. I'll also be at the Caribou Con up in northern BC from September 18th to September 20th with my wife Kira to discuss abductions and what goes on. And of course, I'll be back here with a day in the office as often as I can get away with. Usually, I try to aim for 3, but I'm certainly here until 5 when I get here. Now, let me pop this here. I sure hope so there, Christine. We do seem to get a little bit of a jump, and sooner or later, we'll bring things up to speed. But the fact is, last year, and I'm just ballparking, but I think last year I made about $3,000. I think that's what it was. Let me see. I go 160 times 12. Whoops, that's one. 160 times 12. Yeah, I think last year I made somewhere close to 3. I'd have to double check now. But that said, I do want to say thanks so very much for sharing your time with us. Really appreciate it. Look forward to seeing you again. And until then, do take care of yourselves and each other. And for pity's sakes, stay positive.